Top of it. It's your boy Coach One Stack, man. I'm bringing y'all banger today. And the name of this video is, man, I didn't delete George Floyd. Now, I know y'all wondering why am I leaving this video saying I didn't delete George Floyd. Well, I'll tell you why, because as I was watching the news the other day, Wednesday nighttime, as soon as Trump got into office, man, they start signing all these different laws, and they start having all these different um um situations that they want to address. And let's just say Derek Chauvin deleting George Floyd was one of them. Now, if you're not familiar with who Derek Chauvin was, he is a Minneapolis, Minnesota police officer who's currently doing time in prison because during a stop where George Floyd, was accused of using a fictitious or fake $20 bill to buy a $5 pack of cigarettes. Once he came on the scene, he, instead of letting the officers who had it under control take the scene, so what he did was he pulled George Floyd out and he put his knee on his neck until, let's just say, all the breath came out of him, so to speak. So let me give you a little game about who George Floyd is. First of all, man, George Floyd, first of all, was he passed away on May 25th, 2020. George Perry Floyd Jr. was born October 14, 1973, passed away May 25th, 2020. He was an African American male who was deleted by a white police officer in Minneapolis, Minnesota, Derek Chauvin. Now y'all stay on this video, man, because I'm really giving you some good game of what's going on in the world. He was deleted after during an arrest made after a store clerk suspected Floyd might have used a counterfeit $20 bill in May 25th, 2020. So, guys, let me give you a little game here. Like I told you, I am ex law enforcement. I am ex a whole lot of things. So let me give you. I have a whole different outlook on the George Floyd situation, but no matter what my outlook is, at the end of the day, Derek Chauvin did put his knee on that man's neck, and that man is no longer here. So let me just tell you guys the way it's supposed to go. You know, here in the United States, whenever there is a fictitious bill passed, what is supposed to happen by federal law is the Secret Service is supposed to be called out for every instance of someone copying U.S. currency. Basically, for every fake piece of money that a store clerk finds, they're supposed to call the Secret Service out, but they don't. Why do they call the Secret Service? The Secret Service comes out and they will take possession of that money and they will try to compare it with other fictitious bills just to kind of keep track of the trends and kind of see where they're coming from. But now here's the thing: a lot of you guys would never understand that because people live in cities where you have a lot of different corner stores and things like that, and they don't follow the protocol. That's why when you go into a normal like a corner store, little liquor store or whatever, you will see behind the glass or on the wall, it will show, say, the fake US currency, and it'll show the person who used it, and it'll say, do not let them back in here. Because a lot of times it's not even worth them calling because they're gone. But in the case of George Floyd, man, let me break some game down to y'all. And see, a lot of y'all are not gonna like this video. Some of you gonna hate it, some of you gonna understand. Because like I said, I am ex law enforcement, I am ex street, I am ex a whole lot of things. So I have a different understanding about the law. Now, if you watch that video when George Floyd went into the store and apparently purchased a pack of cigarettes, with a fake $20 bill, well, he came out to his car, guys, that was parked across the street from the corner store. Watch the tape. Watch it real slow. He came out to his car. Okay. He sat there. Now, when you're dealing with a lot of these corner stores, man, come on, they're neighborhood stores. These owners don't want to call the police on nobody. They don't want nobody in trouble. So when they saw that the money was fake, all they did was send two teenage boys who was working in the store out to go see George Floyd to say, "Hey, that $20 bill was fake. Um, just give us our cigarettes back. That's all we want." Now I'm going to press pause here for a minute because this will be a trigger warning. Okay. I'm not saying that it was fake. I'm not saying that it wasn't fake. All I'm telling you is throughout the course of my career that whenever someone got accused of passing some fake money, some fake US tender, they would immediately walk right back in that store if it was fake and say, "Hold up, wait a minute. I didn't, hey, show me this money that was fake. I didn't purchase anything that was fake." Guys, I'm here to tell you the bank sometimes gives you counterfeit money. That's right, the bank does. And if you don't take it back that day, you're going to eat the cost. The ATM machines, right, also gives out fake US currency. See, because you got something out there that a lot of you people don't know about. It's called what? The super bill. And what is the super bill? The super bill is made normally in places like Uruguay, Colombia, places down in South America or Central America. And I'm telling you guys, these bills look better than the US currency that is made in the mint. So that's why they call it a super bill. It passes the marker, it passes all those tests. If you got yourself some super bills, you got some. And remember, guys, this is for educational purposes only. So the thing is, George Floyd, I personally feel that, in my opinion, that he knew that his money was fake when he purchased those cigarettes. Now, now the reason why I feel that way is because I told you through my training and experience and my experiences, whenever someone has gotten accused of using some of passing some fake money, the first thing you're gonna do if you know that you didn't do it, you're gonna go back in the store and you're gonna be like, "Hey man, my money ain't fake. Show me this money." And then you're gonna go back to wherever you got that money from and fix that situation. Now he didn't, so I'm not saying it was fake or it wasn't. I'm just telling you what people normally do. Okay, don't get mad at me. Don't hurt the messenger here. Now, because I'm telling you guys first off before I get into this story of how how George Floyd could still be alive to this day. Number one, because by if he had given those cigarettes back, if he had just taken the time to give those cigarettes back, guess what? The police would never have been called to begin with. The police would have never been called to begin with. That means that Derek Chauvin's racist self would never have had an opportunity to come onto the scene and manhandle George Floyd. And you guys know what happened with that whole situation. So George Floyd, he refused to give back the cigarettes. And then, not only that, he sat there another 5 minutes in his car waiting for the police to come. Who does that? But that's still not a reason for him not to be here. So I'm just telling you guys, man, it's a whole lot of pros and cons to this entire situation. Now, to get a little deeper than that, once you seen George Floyd get stopped and the two officers that pulled up, well, those of us that know, these were rookie officers. These were officers that were in training, and they handled him with great care, taking him out of the car, handcuffing him, sitting him down properly. Now, here's where the BS starts, guys. And here's where George Floyd should have just gave the cigarettes back and left the scene. Or he should have went back inside and stood up for himself and said, "Hey, my money's not fake. Show me the money." Because now they have made a decision to arrest George Floyd. Okay. Now, this is where it gets a little hinky at, guys. Man, for those of y'all who ever been to jail before, at the end of the day, nobody cares about somebody's if they have anxiety and scared to get in the back of the car. When it's time to go to jail, you're getting in the back of that car by hook or by crook. If you got to get shoved in the back of that car, you're getting in that car. So when they try to put George Floyd in the back of that car, as you remember, he put his foot up and was kicking up against the door. He's like, "No, I'm not getting in there." That was the first strike. Because, see, by doing that, that is why these officers called for backup. This is how Derek Chauvin even arrived to the scene to begin with. So just cutting through all the BS, because I don't want to be on this video long. If George Floyd had taken the time to just get in that car the first time when they asked him to, he'd still be alive. Now, God, I just told you guys I've just told you a lot of instances where George Floyd could still have his life to this day if he would have given the cigarettes back. So your cigarettes worth five, is your life worth $5 or $6? You could have went in the store, confronted them about your money if it was real, because I don't know if it was real or fake. I wasn't there. Number three, you could have gotten in the car when they told you to, because the thing is, you was getting in there anyway. It's not your choice at that point once you get arrested. All right. So now, so now Derek Chauvin gets called to the scene. He is what you call a senior officer. He's senior on the scene. He's showing out a little bit. He done had these problems before. He's a racist. He's done these things in the past. He's been written up for these things in the past. Well, if you notice it when you watch the video, if you watch the video, you'll notice as soon as they got George Floyd into that car, on the passenger side and shut the door, Derek Chauvin came in and took him and snatched him out of that car. Okay. He snatched him out of that car. He put him on his stomach, which by anybody's policy and procedures, being law enforcement, you do not lay a person who is handcuffed behind their back on their stomach, because it is very easy to get asphyxiated. Because number one, your heart is already racing fast. You have you have all your body weight laying on your chest, so you can't breathe. And then not only that, Derek Chauvin put his knee in the back of that man's neck and had two to three other officers holding his legs down, holding him down, which is going to do what? Cause Derek Floyd's heart to race through the roof, right? With the anxiety, it's causing him to breathe faster. It's causing him to not get in the air. It's causing him to be disoriented. The man was calling for his mother. But the proper procedure was, this man is already handcuffed behind his back. A proper procedure at anybody's police department when something like that happens is, you take him and you sit him on his butt, on his bottom. He can't go anywhere. He's handcuffed behind his back. It's 4 or 5 officers around. Where is he going to go? He has nowhere to go. But no, Derek Chauvin didn't do that. Him being the senior officer, he didn't do that. He wanted to show off in front of the community, in the urban community, in front of people who look like us, to let us know who was in charge. And at the end of the day, he's gone. So now you have all these politicians, right, of a whole different color race. They're saying that Derek Chauvin did not delete George Floyd. They're saying that what you saw on national TV was a big lie. They're saying that the first chance that he gets, no, they're saying that as soon as Derek Chauvin gets released, he will be the first one to file a lawsuit against Black Lives Matter. Now, we're going to break that down for a minute. For somebody to get on national TV on their platform at a rally and say, as soon as Derek Chauvin is released, I will be leading the lawsuit against Black Lives Matter. Guys, y'all ain't caught on yet. They're gonna let that man out of prison. That was an agenda that they had. This is the second day Trump was in office, to let this man out of prison. So I hope you guys are ready, man. And y'all remember Coach One Stack told you first, because we keep everything 1,000 over here. I hope you guys are ready, and you heard it here first. They will be releasing Derek Chauvin, because they would not have gotten on TV using all these millions of dollars of time and airtime just to let you know that it's okay for people to get rid of us. It's okay for people of the other race to do whatever they want to do with us. And I won't even get on the fact, because I got more videos coming about people that look like me and that are men like me being found, let's say, suspended in the air with things that can with ropes. They're being found suspended in the air. That's all I can say. And they're not breathing. See, this is what y'all need to do to check your math. But they're saying that Derek Chauvin did not delete this man. So if I were if I was any race other than Caucasian, if I was any sexuality other than straight, if I was a woman, if I was an immigrant, there is no way in the world I would have voted for that man. Y'all know better. But see, the thing is, man, the same thing make you laugh, make you cry. See, a lot of y'all thought that when y'all voted for that man, that you was gonna gain some type of favor, gain some type of grace. That man don't care about nobody. The devil comes to seek, steal, and destroy. And he comes in the form of man. And a lot of y'all, man, and if you watch, if you're in your word, you already know that the enemy, being the devil, they laugh at us because they love negative energy. And they say that humans are stupid because we believe everything that people tell us and that we read. And to this day, a lot of y'all believe everything that you see and everything that you read. My bad, you don't believe the things that you see. You believe everything that somebody tells you and that you read. But you could have seen it yourself, just like the whole entire world saw what Derek Chauvin did to George Floyd, and now they're saying that it was a lie. It didn't happen. This man is unjustly accused. How many people in your family is sitting in prison for the rest of their life doing a year and a day? And they might not even did it. Man, I know somebody, man, that went to the penitentiary when he was 14 years old for some stuff, man, and did 20 some years. I know people who ain't never coming home that did less than that. Can you understand what I'm saying? But like I said, Derek Chauvin says, I didn't delete George Floyd. Well, hey, man, we're going to sit back and we're going to watch and we're going to wonder and we're going to see how your system lets people go. Because remember, in the case of a federal case, a president can grant clemency, and he can let you he can let you go. He's already done it. But now when you're dealing with a state case, it's the governor that has to grant you clemency on your case. So we're gonna see how the Derek Chauvin thing goes. But for them to bring his name up this early in the race, that means that they had a hidden agenda, and that was already out there, guys. Y'all better watch out, man, because the days, man, it's in the Bible, man. The days are getting short. These are the end of the days. If you ain't read your Bible, you better get well versed in it. And like I was having a talk with one of my comrades. Hey, the next time God comes, He's not coming to save souls. He's coming to get some get back because He already gave you grace. He already gave you His only begotten Son for our sins. So now, since He's given us everything, and we still cannot heed the signs, and we still want to do mad stuff, man, He coming for some heads. Can you dig it? But hey, man, you be the judge. Go ahead and do your own research. Don't just trust my word. Go check it out and check out the speeches for yourself, man. He says he didn't do it and he's going to be free. What do you think? Other than that, build your esteem of self through thinking and not drinking. And it's always one stack because there's only one standing ahead of Christ, and that's God. Have a beautiful day.